You guys were doing it, so I thought I should do it too.
Yes.
Mercedes.
My name is Mercedes Williams. I'm owner and chief film critic for Movie Scene Queen. I'm also an entertainment reporter for the oldest newspaper in the country, the New Pittsburgh Courier. I'm gonna say that again. New Pittsburgh Courier. You're not supposed to say ums between stuff that have execution. So New Pittsburgh Courier. Thank you guys so much for being here. I just got done watching the movie last night, and then this morning I woke up early so I could watch it again. And
Wow.
I danced and I sang the whole time. You guys don't want to hear me sing. I promise you, you don't.
Oh no, I kind of do now.
Now I do.
I was able to groove to it the whole time. Literally, long story short, I auditioned to be in a musical on Once Upon an Island, I believe, when I was in middle school, because I went to creative and performing arts. It was like, yeah, Mercedes, either you're going to work production in the back or you just be like,
you gonna work crew.
We know our strengths, right? We all know our strengths, and
I was like, but I got accepted to this school. Okay, all right, I'm gonna go in the back. Anywho, In the Heights, colorful, bright, creative, just music that all genres and respect and authority for music. So I wanted to know how you guys got introduced to the project, specifically the major motion picture.
Well, I think, for me, I've been waiting for this movie for 12 or 13 years since it was on Broadway, because there's been talk of it forever. And I was in school at the time, and I was a huge fan of the musical. And then it turned out that when they started auditions for the movie, I had just moved to LA from Mexico. And so it was like perfect timing. It was like meant to be, because I think if I had been in Mexico, I wouldn't have even found out about the auditions. So I'm very grateful that God's timing always works in my favor, and that I'm here with these two wonderful human beings, and I got to be a part of this movie that's so special, and that I think is gonna, mean a lot to especially the Latinx community, because there's been a void in our representation in films, and I think this is major. I think this is the way that our people should be represented in an aspirational and a positive way, in a celebratory way. And I'm so grateful.
I'll add my experience with Heights was I learned about In the Heights through my manager, who had gone with his wife to see it 5 different times, in New York and LA with their kids. And he just kept telling me, I'm originally from New York and I have family in the Heights. So he just kept telling me, I know you and your family don't really go see musicals, but I'm telling you, you're going to see your mother in this. You're going to see your grandmother in this. You have to go see this. And I never got to see it. So I ended up falling in love with the musical through the soundtrack. And then, then the playbook, then whatever I could find on YouTube. And then obviously through the beautiful experience, the firsthand experience of being able to recreate it with this family that we have created now. And it changed my life, changed my entire life. Not only the opportunity to play in a motion picture this important and this purposeful, and also this colorful and fun and large, but also the experience of it, just the summer, changed my life. So yeah, I'm blessed and grateful to have these people in my life who I love so much.
Same. I saw this musical when I was in school, when I had just got to New York, and it was the first musical that I had seen on Broadway. So this was my experience of musicals. And from then on, I knew, and I remember seeing Chris Jackson and being like, yo, that's Benny, because I was living in the Heights at the time. And I'm like, yo, I get this. He's rapping and he's dancing and he's singing. And I'm like, this is dope. So anyways, long story short, I just dreamed it up. I felt like I just put it out there into the universe, and I was like, I want to be a part of something like that one day when it's time. And thankfully the opportunity came along, And again, like here we are. This movie's been a long time coming, Mercedes, a long time coming, but it's here. And I think it's a gift that it comes right now with the timing, you know.
So I'm feeling the mustache. Is that from the pandemic? Is that all?
Let's
Is that all
go.
pandemic glow? What's
Yes.
going on?
Benny done grew it up a little bit. He done growed
He
up a
got
little
serious.
bit, you know.
Every time I see Corey now, I'll be like, Benny finally made it to Silicon Valley. He got a little mature.
Yeah, he started
You know,
a
Ready to
little
go.
art app
got his
service,
act through.
you know.
You talked about it a little bit, Melissa, just about the Latinx community and just the representation. What do you say to those, specifically the audience, where this might be their first time seeing it, or being what would I say, exposed to the culture, but in a positive light, but also that this movie is just bigger. It's for everybody. It's universal. And so what would you guys say to those audience who's seeing something like this for the first time?
I mean, enjoy the ride. I feel like the movie speaks for itself. You know, everyone knows, because the conversation around this movie is obviously it's Lin's baby. It's Lin-Manuel Miranda's like creation, which, you know, a lot of people love him from Hamilton. So there's the excitement about that. And the fact that it's like a mostly Latinx cast. So that in itself is special and rare, where it shouldn't be, because, you know, the fact that it's so rare and it's 2021 and it's like the first movie of its kind that's been done in a really long time is sad. Like, it shouldn't be just one. We shouldn't be just expecting, you know, waiting for this one movie. We should have many lined up. But I feel like the message is so universal. You know, it's a story about a community. It's a story about chosen family and a community that lifts each other up and helps each other pursue their dreams. And it's a story about Americans. You know, it's a story about Americans. And I think anyone that watches this movie will be able to see themselves in one of these characters. That's the beauty of like having such a big ensemble, that you have like a spectrum of experiences that, you know, you'll be able to connect to at least one of them, because, you know, they're all dreaming up their lives and they all have struggles, but in the end they celebrate and, you know, they sing and dance because, you know, what other point to life is there if we don't have fun?
Yeah. Enjoy it. Yeah.
That's fair. Corey, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, I just think people we forget how valuable it is to see ourselves, to be represented. You know, you as a journalist, how valuable it is for a young journalist to see you of color, you know, in your position. I mean, we forget these little small details that that just, again, is part of like building legacy. And Melissa's right. There should be more of this. Like this, it shouldn't be the big thing where it's like, oh, you know, the once in a lifetime, and like this should be the norm. This should be the norm. We place value in our stories and in our experiences, and culture does too. And so I just think it's great that young kids and older generations, and not even just people of color, but everybody will be able to see this particular story, because at the end of the day, it's about dreams and finding and reminding yourself what your dreams are, and that they can be as big as you want them to be or as small as you need them to be. And that's all good, you know?
Yeah. And that we all dream the same, you know, like we don't dream the same thing, but we all dream the same, you know, we all dream, and all of those dreams are valid. No matter where you're from, they should be treated with the same amount of love and respect and like be cherished. And you see all our characters have different ways of approaching how they're going to face the obstacles of you know, that stand in the way of their dreams. And they have an arc, you know, they find resolve. But I don't think we get to see ourselves dream that big, or, you know, be allowed to dream or celebrate the little dreams, the little sueñitos that we have in our neighborhoods, when we see people of color on screen, no matter where they're from. And I love that. Also, I'll just add, like, I think we all didn't realize what Corey was saying. Like, you don't realize how much you missed seeing yourself until you finally do feel seen. And that's something I found in Nina, and I found in looking around me and seeing, you know, people that look like my family, you know, playing, being brilliant, you know, and then falling in love with them, and then falling in love with the people that they were playing. And I was like, yo, this is what I've been waiting to see all my life, you know? So yeah, it's important to see yourself.
Well, all three of you shined in different and same ways. I thank you so much for sharing your talents. I wish all three of you nothing but the best in life and in your careers. And thank you for letting me have this time. Have a great day.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mercedes.
Mercedes. Thank you so much.